An awkward, overweight loner named Hyunsuk lives a life of misery, constantly bullied at school. Despite trying to stay out of trouble, his attempts to defend himself make things worse, and he's treated like a dog. One day, after being humiliated in gym class, his mom unexpectedly shows up to confront his bullies, which only embarrasses him further. At home, Hyunsuk takes his frustration out on his mother, telling her he wants to transfer to a different school. She tells him he can transfer to a school in Seoul, but he'll have to live on his own since she can't leave her job. Desperate for a fresh start, he moves into a tiny place in the slums of Seoul. His first encounter with a girl in the city is surprisingly positive. She apologizes after bumping into him. Encouraged, he tries to act differently, but it only creeps the girl out. Things go downhill quickly when her boyfriend beats him up, and the incident gets posted online, further humiliating him. Hyunsuk cries himself to sleep that night, but when he wakes up, he's shocked to find himself in a new body, tall, handsome, and muscular. Confused, he sees his original self still lying next to him. He realizes that every time he falls asleep, he switches between these two bodies. He starts his first day at his new school in his handsome form. In class, he's seated next to Jin, the very guy who had beaten him up earlier, though Jin doesn't recognize him in this new body. Jin's girlfriend, who had been creeped out by Hyunsuk earlier, now shows interest in him. A girl named Hana also flirts with him, while Jin becomes more and more jealous. Throughout class, Hyunsuk struggles with sleepiness due to testing his new body the previous night. When he dozes off, he wakes back up in his old body at home. Realizing what's happened, he rushes to fall asleep again and successfully switches back just as Hana wakes him at the end of class. Needing money, Hyunsuk gets a job at a convenience store but applies using his handsome form. The owner is eager to hire him, but when Hyunsuk reveals the job is actually for a friend, the owner loses interest. However, Hyunsuk impresses him with his knowledge of cigarettes, a skill gained from running errands as his old self. Later that night, some classmates come into the store to buy cigarettes. Recognizing them, Hyunsuk asks for their IDs, leading to tension. Jin, realizing that the new boy's name is also Hyunsuk, lashes out and beats him up again, taking a nude photo to ensure he won't report them. At school the next day, Jin and his friends laugh about the beating, but Hyunsuk stands up to them. Jin prepares to fight, but another student named Jae intervenes. Jin continues to attack, but Hyunsuk, now in a body that can react quickly, dodges easily and defeats Jin with a single punch to the stomach. News of the fight spreads across the school, catching the attention of students from the vocal and architecture classes, who decide they need to teach Hyunsuk a lesson. One night at work, Hyunsuk notices a suspicious guy trying to steal, only to find out the thief is being forced by bullies to fight him. They're saved by Bosco, a student with a strong sense of justice and the leader of the Burn Knuckle Gang. Hyunsuk later asks Hana about Bosco, and he learns more about the gang leader. Bosco, however, misunderstands Hyunsuk's intentions when he thanks him for his help. Thinking Hyunsuk is friends with the bullies, Bosco attacks him, but Hyunsuk manages to escape his hold, surprising everyone. They clarify the misunderstanding, but Bosco's friend remarks that Bosco might have lost if the fight had continued. After this, the bullies start seeing Hyunsuk in a new light, and they bond over drinks. Hyunsuk, however, crushes the phone containing the video of him being beaten up. The next day, Hyunsuk runs into Joe, another bullied student. Joe is confused about why Hyunsuk is suddenly being nice to him, but they eventually bond over lunch. Later, Hyunsuk's mother visits, and he tells her that his roommate works at night. He even takes her out for coffee, and Bosco, overhearing their conversation, believes Hyunsuk is using his other body for selfish reasons. Enraged, Bosco confronts him, but ends up getting knocked out by Hyunsuk's quick reaction. As Hyunsuk continues working at the convenience store, a beautiful girl enters and buys him a drink, which embarrasses him. Meanwhile, a guy named Leon, proud of his fashion sense, tries to show off his new shoes but gets overshadowed by Jae, who wears designer brands. Hana and the other girls are attracted to Jae, but Leon, noticing Hyunsuk's poor fashion, plans to expose him. Jae overhears their plan but keeps quiet. At school, Hyunsuk meets Duke, who is being bullied by students from the vocal class. Hyunsuk stands up for Duke, but the teacher stops the fight. Duke, however, is skeptical of Hyunsuk's intentions and walks away. Later, Hyunsuk finds out it's his birthday, and Jae gives him a gift, surprising him with a bag full of high-end fashion clothes. Leon tries to embarrass Hyunsuk by making fun of his clothes, but is shocked to see him wearing luxury brands. Meanwhile, Duke, despite getting rejected at a music audition, remains determined to succeed and take care of his grandmother. Vinny, his bully, taunts him for trying to sing at the school festival. Hyunsuk stands up for Duke, joined by Jae, Jin, and Bosco, causing the bullies to back off. Duke continues to write his music, inspired by his hardships. At one point, Hyunsuk sings during cleaning duty, and Duke overhears, impressed. He asks Hyunsuk to partner with him for the festival. They start practicing, and while Hyunsuk struggles initially, he improves significantly by practicing in his other body. As the festival approaches, Hyunsuk gets nervous, but remembers Duke's advice to think about someone he loves, his mother. During their performance, he sings beautifully, and they win the festival. However, the music producer who approaches them only offers a contract to Hyunsuk, saying Duke doesn't have what it takes to go pro. To everyone's surprise, Hyunsuk turns down the offer. Their performance goes viral, and even the girl from the convenience store notices, recognizing the song she heard earlier. In the end, it's revealed that she, too, has a second body. Remember to like and subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.